Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm doing Scanlan short help from Critcal role. He is a gnome bard, and as I said in my keyless video, he's pretty much my favorite character. Him, Vax, and Pie Girl kind of at the top. At first I was kind of like, oh, you know, he's funny, he's a bit perverted and self-important, but he's funny. But as I've been watching it, and because I was watching over my brother's shoulder, who was the one who introduced me to it, Scanlan isn't what you see at first. He does present himself as very self-important and I'm great and this and that, but when it comes to his friends and when it comes to battle, he's not self-important. He's more than willing to take a hit in order to make sure his friends are safe. And if you're only just starting it or you haven't watched it yet and you want to start it, I don't want to say too much about the character itself, themselves, whatever. Just because a lot of it is character development that happens through the story, so I don't want to give too much of it away. But he is... All of the characters get really good character development, but I think Scanlan's is one of the developments that I like most, just from where I am. I'm only to the Umbrasil fight, so... But, you know, Sam Riegel, who is the player, whenever he has to do his bard thing, actually comes up with song parodies, and it's pretty great. But the character himself, even though the world is going to shit, still manages to keep smiling and does his best to help keep his friends smiling. And I think that's pretty important in a character. But yeah, I could say a lot more, but again, like, for anyone who hasn't started yet or is only part of the way through like me, I don't want to spoil anything. But I had fun drawing this. It felt a lot easier to draw this than it did to draw Keyleth. I was having a bit of trouble when I was doing Keyleth, but this one just kind of happened. I think one of the things that helped is the background wasn't quite so involved, even though I really liked my background for Keyleth, and it was actually the background that I had the easiest part with for her. But like with Keyleth, though, like I had said in that video, I am probably, before I finish up everything and make the group picture, I'm probably going to go back and make a few little touches here and there, add in a few things, and then pull them all into the group picture and fix them up there a little bit, just because I'll have to change the lighting so all the lighting matches. But this is probably going to be something that happens with all of them, because I am going to do all of them eventually. So I'll make the picture and then be like, I should change it to this, and make little tweaks. Yeah, Scanlan's a bit of a... I completely lost my train of thought. He's a flirt, and bit egotistical at times. You know, he's got the little man complex, but at the same time, he is there for his friends. And at one point, one of the other characters, Vax, asks him, "How do you keep smiling? The world's gone to shit. How do you keep smiling?" And Scanlan says, "Because despite everything, this is better than where I was." And Vax returns with, "No, it's not. The world is being destroyed. How is this better?" It says, basically, because I have you guys. Because I have friends. And that's pretty cool. It's trying something a little different with how I did clouds. I do kind of like them. Probably still need touched up a bit, but I do like how the clouds turned out. Sorry, I went from talking about the character to talking about the drawing. I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment. I wanted to do, with each of the characters, I wanted to do a slightly different time of day in a different place for all of them. So like Keyleth's picture was, you know, mid-dawn in the middle of a battle. You know, she's got all of her elements going, and the sun's coming up behind her. With Scanlan, I did, you know, this large plain meadow kind of thing with the mountain background, and it's like noonish. But I think all of them have a time of day. It's a weird concept, but like everybody has a time of day where they shine, I suppose. Like when I do Pike, it'll be early dawn. When I do Vax, it'll be a starless night. When I do Percy, it'll be a full moon coming up behind him. I don't remember what time I did for Grog. I think it was late afternoon, or what time I'm going to do for Grog. But each of them are going to have something that I feel fits with them. Like Vex will be surrounded by a forest, because like the forest is her favorite terrain, and she'll have Trinket with her. Trinket's her ranger bear. Well, I mean, she's a ranger, and then he's her bear, because she's a ranger and she can have a bear. I was playing around with something with this picture that I had sort of seen another artist do, but it was using a hard edge on the shading and stuff, and I really like how it turned out. I don't think I did it quite right, but I do like what I managed to do with it. Something to remember for the future. So I just like randomly keep stopping it. I'm not awake yet. But I am really happy with how he turned out. Like, Scanlan himself turned out really good. Again, like with Keyleth, I tried to mix in what Kit Bus had done, and then the costume that Sam wore when he was dressed as Scanlan. Just kind of mix them together. So I got like the vest and the much more poofy shirt from Kit Bus's version, and like the hairstyle, and then the color of the shirt and the pants and like the belts and the beret, obviously, from the costume. Another thing I tried with this was I did blurs on the background. You'll see that closer to the end of the video, but like the further away it is, the more blurred it is, which is something I've thought about doing that I've just never really done. But I think it turned out really nice. I don't have too much else to say. I was kind of playing around with a thing that didn't really seem to do anything. There's still so many different things on here that I've never even like I see that they're there and I don't use them. I've never bothered with them, so I need to like just play around at some point. But, yeah. It's a learning thing, and most, kind of tend to stay with what you know and what you're comfortable with. And go, well, this works, so why should I use something else? Well, because that something else might work better. And I need to keep reminding myself that. But, yep. So we have Keyleth and Scanlan done. Next week I'm probably not going to be doing another Vox Machina character. I'm probably going to do fan art for something else, or I might do a challenge of some kind. I'm not sure yet, or maybe I'll do a challenge fan art. Just to take a bit of a break from Vox Machina, and then I'll come back to them and do like another 2, and then do something else, and then do another 2. And I don't remember how many of them there are. Keyleth, Scanlan, Percy, Grog, Pike, Vex. So yeah, there's 7. So I'll do the fan art, and then I'll do Percy and Grog, and then do something else, and then Pike and Vex, and maybe I'll just do Vex as well. But yeah, so that's Scanlan, and come back next week for something else that I don't know what I'm doing yet. Bye!